away, go for it. I see a defuse kit coming out from Get Right.
Yeah, defuse kit and 2 flashes, so definitely giving themselves a shot at a potential retake here.
Well, Friberg actually already pinned out. He's caught in towards behind sandbags. They know his position. A device finds him quick and easy. That means Get Right's left alone. Meanwhile, over in apartments, they're also being challenged out here. Forest being kept at bay, but it's a 4-man stack heading over towards B site. Zipniks and dupreeh crawling through tunnels. Interesting route to go while Get Right's getting challenged out there. He's in the corner, he's going to pop around, manages to catch onto one, but doesn't get the kill. Finds onto towards karrigan, device comes around, gets himself a second headshot. It may well just be enough to damage TSM as Allu comes around looking. A 3-on-3 Xizt on the wraparound as well. He tries to get a position, tries to line something up as Forest creeps his way up banana. Now TSM, Zipnik's going to get caught out around the side there. Great little headshot, but dupreeh will answer on Allu around construction. 2-on-2, bomb still yet to go down. NiP just on the delay tactics here, but they know the plant has to come soon. 31 seconds as the clock keeps ticking. dupreeh challenge. cajunb just got a glimpse there. He's going to go for the plant. He knows he's got the angle on Xizt here, and dupreeh's giving him the cover from Spool, so he gets the plant down. Now the pressure very much on NiP as they both push in, looking in towards barbecue. Xizt just waits, hoping that someone is going to peek around the side. NiP just waiting, delaying. They jumps on through, doesn't manage to catch them. dupreeh gets the reload off somehow. He gets around the back of Xizt, but both TSM have taken very low. Forest, the pistol master, can he do it? The time is running out. He's got to come around the side. He's pinned off. It was a beautiful bomb defense set up by TSM, and they do take the all-important pistol round.
That's super important for TSM, and you could tell that NiP took such a long time with actually, attempting that retake, simply because they know that Get Right died on the bomb site with the defuse kit, so they could allow themselves to take a lot of time. But I'm still amazed that dupreeh survived that round. Normally, you see Forest, being, named one of the pistol gods, pretty much. He missed the easiest frag of his life.
Hey, TSM starting off strong there. Grenade straight away, catching on. That was, I think, a banana, but they're already through on towards A site. Allu just off around the side. Forest lurking in the smoke, not able to get on towards karrigan, leaping up and down with that SMG. This is what we're more normally expecting from TSM. We didn't see the SMGs last time around. Oh, Forest catching on to karrigan as he went for the plant there.
More close quarters on a map like Inferno, so SMG is easier to be effective with. And right now, TSM showing that. Only lost 1 member, that's karrigan. Still gathered up quite a bit of money, and there's no real way for Forest to do a whole lot more damage.
cajunb tracking Forest all the way there, 2-0. TSM starting off strong, not losing out, not getting caught out by any sort of anti-eco. And that's going to mean NiP. I think we're going to see a full eco coming out from this time.
Yeah, and now would be a pretty good time to actually stack a bomb site. Obviously, you don't have that much to go with, or to work with at all. No nades at all, and USPs pretty much across the board, except for Get Right.
So we'll get triple stack over on banana. They're not going to push on down, so they're going to keep it hidden, keep passive, try and stay away, while Friberg's the man that actually goes looking, goes head to head with the chicken in apartments.
This is more like a JW kind of tour of Inferno from Friberg. So he's all the way up in here. Doesn't seem like TSM were too worried about it. Obviously, Friberg doesn't have that much weaponry to work with, so he doesn't impose the biggest kind of threat to
It's corralled them, though. Look at it. It's corralled them into the right place. dupreeh's going to get caught out by Allu. Device has managed to catch on to Get Right. They're going to push in there. Forest doesn't manage to land the shots, though, and he's going to get pinned out. So that triple stack has not worked out for NiP. They were trying just to force them in towards that B side, but TSM do lock down their 3rd round, and now NiP with the rifles. And fortunately for them, well, they haven't really picked up any kills over the last 2 rounds. The pistol round, the original round, picked up a lot, but the last 2, they've barely made a mark.
Yeah, Get Right definitely could have picked up a Colt in that situation, but he wants more nades, so can't really fault him for that. But P90 it is, and he's been effective with it so far. I mean, we saw what he did on Dust 2. And it seems like karrigan is kind of echoing Get Right's
it's funny,
weapon of choice here.
I saw Flusher, of course, who was pretty known for that P90 for a while. He says, I'm over that now. I'm all about AK headshots these days. So
quick execute up menu from TSM.
They're going to rush on straight round. Going to force him back in towards CT Arch. It's Allu that's being chased here. karrigan trying to push him round the corner now. karrigan getting, the shot didn't land, and now that's going to give Allu a problem. He's going to push on around the side there. Get right does get cajunb, but Xyp9x isn't on a sight, and he's going to get that plant down. They've got one pinned out in towards pit. It does exist, but they don't seem too worried about him. Friberg manages to find himself one. That molly will keep on burning, but it keeps him pinned out as that bomb is ticking. Now support is coming. It's Friberg just getting himself around the side, but look at this. Device is coming around behind. He will manage to get execution style on the back of Friberg's head, and now Xizt with an impossible task. Xyp9x and dupreeh both very low on hit points. Gets himself one, but he's running out of time, and that nade, pinpoint accurate from Device, will catch him down. 4-0, great start from TSM.
Yeah, absolutely the dream start for TSM right there, and kind of surprising actually that allu doesn't come away with a frag there in Arch. He's somewhat lucky to get around the corner without getting caught out by any of the TSM members, because they were really quick to actually push up Arch there. And I think if allu is able to pick up the frag onto karrigan in that situation, that swings things around in NiP's favor. But as we're looking at it, TSM up with a 4-0 and another eco round for NiP.
TSM looking to make it 5-0, but still have to be cautious. Don't want to get caught out by any shenanigans. Get right has a flash in hand, so they might try and pop flash Friberg out here. He's holding the angle with his monkey business. Ready on rating, 5-7 in hand. Could do a lot of damage at this range.
Get right has a flash as well, so that might be a pop. No, it's actually Xizt for the bomb set, yeah.
He's going to go around the Deagles there. Friberg gets one, gets two, tries to pop out around the side there. Does manage to get a glimpse, gets a third as well. So the triple pistol, he's done the work. And now Get Right coming in. He's going to flash himself in and around there. Tries to jump in that side, but dupreeh hadn't quite gone so far. And Xyp9x will get the kill. Now, 2-on-2, allu and Forest. They're going to come from opposite angles here. Allu's managed to collect himself one of those M4s that were lying down banana. And that's really where the damage has to come from. Bomb ticking, they have to start making the move now because it's been down for a while. NiP, no kits at all, remember, so they have to try and get it on site, but TSM holding very passive, not showing themselves. Allu gets the one, but the time is against him. And now dupreeh playing this one perfectly, keeping himself in the corner. Doesn't really matter if he goes down because no defuse can come. It doesn't matter, dupreeh gets the kill. It cost them a lot, no doubt about it. It was just pistols for NiP, but 5-0 is the score, and TSM have plenty of cash. Yeah,
and now we see that AWP coming out for the first time for NiP here, and allu has, you know, shown pretty good efficiency really with those picks into mid there. We saw it especially well earlier on in this tournament. Yeah, so he's definitely shown that he's capable of doing it versus the very best.
Let's see if it works out for him. JW was impressive earlier on, back to his old form, no doubt about that one. But nothing to be gained from banana. That molly slowing things down, and TSM actually going to start pushing on through the smoke here. But it was re-smoked. The deep one to start with. Get Right trying to hop up and get a little glimpse. cajunb just going to get a little peek through. They do suddenly get a sniff of it. They go for the spray down. Oh, Get Right getting just caught, but only slightly. It was cajunb that came off worse. And Device, of course, was taken down. So Get Right making it work for him over on banana.
The one worrying factor for NiP right now is the fact that they've expended a lot of their nades, and TSM still have quite a few to work with.
Forest holding on balcony. Allu over in library, so they have this covered off. Forest doesn't manage to land the first kill quickly, but Xizt does, and he just mows them down, gets a quick triple. Allu from library as well, and NiP get their first round on the board.
Yeah, it's good time to stop the bleeding if you're NiP right now. And now, obviously, you get into that scenario where there's no real option for you other than winning consecutive rounds at this point, because if you lose now, you're going to have to double eco. TSM have pretty much gotten the advantage that they want from you know, playing this well this early on, and at that point it might be too late for NiP to get back into this in this half.
Xizt in and around Cubby. Allu pressured. This is a good little double setup for them, and Forest the rock that is on A side, but they have tried to push on towards him, and they've cleared out the pit. Allu trying to line up, but he's going to get smoked off, and that's going to cause NiP to rotate around, but Friberg picks himself up cajunb in quad, and now it's just the two-man defense. Xyp9x on just 4 health. Device goes aggressive, but it backfires. It doesn't work out for him, and now Xyp9x pinned out, will get picked up, and it is a fairly immaculate round for NiP. Just Forest going down, defuse comes in. That's exactly what they needed to answer TSM on the rebuy.
Yeah, a lot of NiP members surviving, so starting to build economy. Great work by Allu, kind of selling the fact that he was alone in Arch there, leaving Forrest for pretty much, no, I mean Allu, no. Sorry, I think it was Xizt who was in the corner.
Cover,
yeah, exactly. So leaving Xizt in a position to pick up a free kill. Obviously, Ray and Forrest picking up that one kill. That's pretty much all he needed to do in that situation. You can hear the clock ring.
The bell's going off, but nothing to be found. Allu instead chooses to smoke out mid, couldn't find himself a shot.
TSM force buying in this round, so pretty big investment and a good opportunity for NiP to get back into this. Right now, TSM not opting to commit to anything early on because they've been playing pretty fast so far. We're showing aggression early on towards both of the bomb sites.
Oh, Friberg being pressured, he's going to get chased down. Didn't get a chance for a reload. Get right, we'll get the revenge, but that is all. The re-smoke goes down, which will be enough to slow TSM down once again. Device lurking in the midst. Like a gorilla hoping to find his prey, but it's not going to happen. Allu with the cover shot as well. You can see he's got that line covered off. Get right's going to just tuck himself in.
TSM only have one smoke left as well, so that's probably going to be used for the B opening. And now, Allu kind of contemplating whether or not he want to stay towards B.
Xipnix's shots, that may draw the attention, but Forrest getting a little peek around the side. Caught a glimpse of him, but they are pushing on towards B side. Get right has to step up and answer, and he's done it so many times, but a team kill comes out there. And Device finds cajunb along with Get Right. And now Allu up close and personal with Xizt and Forrest joining him, but they're all coming from the same angle, so that's going to make it tricky. Allu's going to creep on around construction. Has to find one, but there's no one showing for him. They've all tucked in nicely. Device just in barbecue. dupreeh with a crossfire, and once again TSM have a good setup. It's Allu that comes around. He manages to find one. Xipnix is the last man. Has he got time? He has to stick the defuse, but he has the angle. He's had to pull off it, and that's going to be perfectly played by Xipnix. He will get Allu in the back as well. I've got to wonder whether Allu could have maybe stuck it there, but it's just one of those moments you just never know.
Yeah, I don't think he was quite sure of his angle there, whether or not he had the cover from the fountain for Xipnix coming in from Banana. And, well, it shows that he didn't, but obviously it's an extremely hard decision to make, you know, in a split second like that. And TSM get their round back. But you could tell, you know, NiP have definitely made a mark onto this game. Even after winning that round for TSM, just surviving with one member leaves them with P90s and Tech 9. So this is a worse buy than what they had in the previous round.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, whoever loses this round is absolutely screwed economically.
Yeah, and again, TSM just starting things off pretty slow. They don't want to run into any silly aggression from NiP and lose out members that way. And additionally, this also makes NiP use a lot of nades.
Oh, it's aggressive play, but Friberg's got himself tucked in just around the logs there, gets himself a quick double on Device and karrigan. And that's answered in kind. Shots rattled through the smoke. dupreeh not able to get the kill though. It's a good chunk of the health, and they do find Friberg at last through the smoke there, but Get Right still stands. And I feel that that means they may start to test top and mid. Allu and Forrest holding the angles exist, so they've still three-man stacked here. Allu is going to now rotate and join them, so they have to 2-on-2 on the bomb sites and just try to challenge TSM out, keep them at bay. Forrest probably going to be the first man that will be challenged here as dupreeh creeps around on quad. He's on that tiny, tiny balcony. We're still unsure on a good name for it, but that's what we're going to go with. It's going to work out for him. Drops on down, but cajunb will catch him out. Xizt though in pit. Oh, a lot of spray going out, and that's going to put the bullets low. Does manage to turn around with just a couple in the chamber, and cajunb will go down.
It looked tricky there for a second for Xizt, spending so many bullets on the first guy out from maps. Manages to bring it back, and a very much needed round for NiP. And as you pointed out, whoever lost that round is going to be pretty screwed in the money department. And now this is NiP's golden opportunity to get back into this, and might even swing the game into a favorable position for them.
The question is, will TSM quicken up the pace? Will they try and pile in with his pistols? I think TSM, NiP certainly are expecting that. You can see the deliberate delayed play. NiP starting to go aggressive. Friberg wants to sniff around there, but it's all A action. Allu's about to get challenged. They're all coming around the back of him. He misses the first shot. He has to get himself in towards sight there. They're going to come on round. He manages to get one. Does he get the second with a pistol? No. The bomb plant will come down. No, Xizt catches him from pit. Forrest with the support, and they do clean up. It's 6-4. TSM still with that lead though, and more importantly, 6 rounds on the T side is a pretty good collection already.
Yeah, no, TSM are in a pretty good spot as of right now, but if their CT side is as shaky as what we've heard, that could be an issue, and this is very surprising for TSM. They're opting to, well, do a bit of a force buy. Given how they have lost two rounds in a row, they will be able to buy AKs and whatnot next round, but you're still going to be lacking in terms of grenades. So that could be an issue for TSM later on, but I think they're just trying to mess with the economy of NiP right now.
And you know what? They got close. They almost got in there. I think they're thinking, you know, just add a couple of Tech 9s on top and we can rush them down. This time, Allu not quite so fortunate, but he still gets away through the smoke for CT Arch. Forest comes around, manages to catch one as they pass on by and Xizt. And that's exactly all they needed to do. Just catch them as they run on through the smoke. cajunb getting a good tag down. Does manage to catch out Forest. Just running on through the smoke, though. Get right manages to appear. Xyp9x gets the bomb plant. Question is, can he hold on to it? A lot of shots raining through. They know where he is. Tries to push around the corner, but Friberg will find him. And it will be 5-6. NiP get themselves the third round running.
Yeah, so with that plant as well, TSM are going to be able to be in a pretty good situation, actually. They're going to have the opportunity to buy a lot of nades as well, which they wouldn't have if they hadn't gotten that bomb plant down. So all in all, a successful round from TSM, even though it looked like at the beginning with Forrest picking up that first spike, Xizt as well, it looked like it could be a pretty useless investment from TSM's side.
Well, Tech 9s, they so often work when you quick and switch the pace here, especially on Inferno.
Yeah,
and can't do it every round, unfortunately.
And AWP being picked up on TSM as well. So this is the first time we're seeing an AWP being picked up, and it's not karrigan this time, which we saw a lot of on Mirage. And AWP is normally really hard to play with on a map like Inferno. So I'm curious to see how they're going to use Device, if he's going to be the one trying to find entry frags or not. And right now, looks like they're going to boost him up to C over the smoke.
We saw JW going very impressive with it, but that's just things JW does. They're always very impressive with the AWP on this map against Titan earlier on today. Olofmeister also had a little dabble, but Device has got himself a good little angle over the smoke here. Friberg is just lingering somewhere around there. He doesn't manage to catch on towards him, tries a second through the smoke, but Friberg backs away, and that means they'd stacked out A side. Gerright's actually pulled himself around there, so they're expecting maybe a bit of a distraction tactic, but TSM still yet to really make any commitment on which site they're going for.
Yeah, and a pretty risky position for Friberg to be in, that aggressive when Gerright's nowhere near to actually make a rotation in time if he goes down. But right now, they have made the right rotation from NiP.
Gerright's got himself on porch, and he's holding the angle, gets a good spray down on towards karrigan as well. Is he going to push on? He's expected the aggression, gets himself a second, couldn't quite switch across to the Tech 9, and now dupreeh opens up sight as Friberg gets gunned down, and now Allu tries to catch the cross, but the smoke is down. That's going to keep them out, and NiP in this 3-on-3 retake situation. This time, though, Device switching from that AWP to an AK, holding the angle. And they have the position seemingly covered. It could be a perfect little spray down. It will be. Device gets himself a quick triple. And it was a fantastic defense. TSM make it 7-5.
Yeah, and TSM have had so much success going towards that B bomb site. I think pretty much every afterplant situation they've been in have been successful for TSM, even though it's been even numbers, even though NiP have had nades, what have you. TSM have always been able to set up for those afterplants in a really good way that's allowed them to secure a lot of rounds.
This time around, Gerright's going to line up the smoke for them.
Allu's actually the one pushing aggressive in banana now.
I'm pretty sure that was a smoke he was doing. He was stood still for a long time in CT spawn, so I'm not too sure. Didn't see the smoke go down, though. And Allu will get popped down by Device. Yeah. He's gone straight back to that AWP, but Friberg challenges out. cajunb down, so a 1-for-1 trade, but Device also got tagged up pretty heavily in there. You can see down to 16 health. That shotgun, it's always a gamble, but when it works, and it always is impressive. Forest comes around, and suddenly, from a bit of a shoddy buy, NiP pick up the round and take it 6-7.
This is so back and forth right now, and it seems like whenever TSM can't find an opening towards B, they struggle to do anything because their A-takes haven't really been doing all that much for them. So it's going to be interesting to see if NiP decide to keep putting, 2 to 3 players towards that B bomb site, maybe have Allu push aggressively again. Even though it didn't work the previous time, it's still definitely something viable, and you can see TSM going back to that early banana aggression.
This time it's Friberg tucked in, Gerright at car, so both of them are in and around there. He's going to show himself a pop. Actually, they're below him, and it's going to be Gerright that does get the kill. Friberg with the cover fire as they both back away, and barely took any damage, actually. Meanwhile, TSM took a whole chunk, and they're going to have to back away. Xizt and Allu, this is the little setup that worked before. Allu with that up, with Xizt just tucked into cubby. The distracting force of Allu will try and draw them in. 79 health, little tag there as he manages to get himself tucked into boiler, but it's going to be B site that they go towards, and Friberg and Get Right, they have not moved an inch. They are still right there, and that smoke will delay things. 50 seconds on the clock.
Ooh, if Get Right makes this rotation, that could spell trouble for NiP.
Oh, that flash coming out just at the right time. Friberg realized the situation, gets just about one down. Spray from Get Right doesn't quite finish the job. He gets himself just the one. And now dupreeh and Zipnik's in on site, but Allu's going to get a clean shot. There's no smoke going down there. Simply a molly, because that's really all they have in their box. But it doesn't matter when dupreeh pushes on through construction like that. And he makes it difficult. Xizt has got to wait for Forest on the rotate. Zipnik's just on 14 health. dupreeh is really the major player in this defensive setup here, and they've already passed around him. Are they going to catch him around the back there? Xizt not looking, he's going to creep around behind them. The clock is ticking, dupreeh will peak, but Xizt was expecting it, and now it's all on Zipnik. He's trying to stick the defuse, he's going to get caught out. Forest will find him. It's all square, ladies and gentlemen. 7-7, NiP right back in it.
And there you can see TSM are so good at actually playing out those afterplans, even though that shouldn't be anywhere near as close as that was. TSM just make it work. Friberg picking up that one frag in banana, that should never happen. Like, he shouldn't be able to do that. So, you know, with the task that he's able to do, and the fact that Get Right picks up another frag, should be pretty easy pickings for NiP to do that retake. But
it just goes to show what a difference a map can make. You know, you're looking at the scoreboard there, and both Allu and karrigan at the bottom with 4 and 5 kills, yet they were at the top of the scoreboard over on Mirage a moment ago. Forest, though, with the opener, manages to get himself a quick, straightforward kill.
And TSM trying their luck on A once again.
They're going to push on through, but that flash will work wonders. It caught out cajunb. He was flashed up, but karrigan manages to just run on through the smoke with that Tech 9. Forest quick to respond, quick to react, and it was a quick round overall for NiP. 8-7, good first half overall. Both teams will be happy with that. It's about as even as you can get. But I wonder now, going back to TSM, was that enough on the T side? 8-7 rounds, I mean, normally is a great T side, I think, on this map.
That is a very good, absolutely respectable first half from TSM from a T-spawn perspective. But, you know, talking to the, you know, hearing what they had to say, the fact that, you know, they said normally during practice we'll get 7, 8, 9 rounds, but we're still not confident in the map. That tells a lot about how shaky they are on the CT side. With how good NiP have been previously, or, you know, in this tournament on Inferno, could get really scary for them. But again, you know, it's a cliche, but the pistol is going to play such a big part here.
Well, pistol once again playing a pivotal role in what could be a giant second half for both teams. NiP, will they be sticking together? Who knows? Rumors are rife. TSM, on the other hand, will they fall prey to NiP once again? It's all about Get Right this time, pushing in. He's the man, the Tech 9, the raid boss, pushing on through. cajunb caught out by Friberg. Device tries to go aggressive, but he's forced to back away on balcony as NiP start to swarm in towards A side. Device gets a peek, but he doesn't manage to find Forest as the head is popped. And karrigan, oh, he's not expecting the man behind. It's Xizt who's not going to miss. He's been on point throughout this semi-final, no doubt about it. And Zipnik picks himself up a kill, and not a single man from NiP will fall. It's 9-7, and now the USPs, the SMGs, they're all being picked up. USPs? Nobody's picking a USP up. Actually, would be a weird Friberg did.
Yeah. But yeah, there was NiP just kind of going with full force, having Xizt drop the Tech 9 for Get Right, and then just picking up a smoke. The rest of them going with Kevlar and just out shooting. That was the second flawless pistol round NiP has had this best of 3. And TSM, with an already apparently shaky CT side, they're got off to a rocky start. But look at this 4-man stack here from TSM on the B bomb side.
I wonder if they're going to walk into it. Forest has found karrigan. He was the sole defender over on A side. And that means Forest is going to go looking, but he's very cautiously doing it because, unbeknown to him, there is a big stack over on B side. But I think Xizt might get Friberg to flash through here. They have smoked off CT spawn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if NiP actually just sacrificed Friberg here.
Well, look at Forest. They're actually through now. Now they're going to start to realize, they're like, wait, guys, there's nobody here. And I think we're going to see Allu collect the bomb here. Friberg's already backing away. I think they've realized it was a 4-stack. And Friberg's just going to try and pin them. Forest is coming around to get the angle. But it doesn't matter. Friberg's just going to keep on pushing. There's another one just tucked around the side. That's going to give them a weapon, but they're going with the bomb. Yeah, this is... I mean, that was risky play from NiP, but you know what? They've been doing that all tournament, and it's 10-7. They know better than we do.
Yeah. You know, normal logic tells you you don't want to run into the stack of the other team, but I guess in this case, it doesn't really matter. Friberg doing a good job with that P90.
I guess when you've got SMGs, you want them. You want the kills.
You want the kills, yeah. You want to get some more money. And, you know, also Forrest being able to get into that kind of a position potentially would have been able to trade pretty easily if Friberg goes down.
Oh, Forrest is moving fast. He's straight up the top of mid. He's come around the corner, but he's going straight into the Xizt 75 device. And that will be a UMP going in towards his hand. Now Friberg's going to switch it around. He tries to quicken up the pace with Xizt, tries to draw the fire, tries to draw the smoke at Banana, but you can see TSM holding rock steady, keeping their positions. A little boost from karrigan. There's the smoke as they ready themselves to burst around the corner.
Rotation has already happened from TSM as well, yeah. So NiP might be in for a bit of a rough surprise.
Device is ready. Xizt is going to be the first man to peek. Tries to get the little shoulder glimpse around the corner, but he does manage to find karrigan, but he's quickly responding. Xizt and Friberg both dropped there, and that UMP of Device that he managed to collect off the corpse of Forest all the way back at the top of mid has maybe backfired on NiP, as both allu and GetRight, the sole two standing. Allu with the AK. Still very rigid defense from TSM as they hold. Don't peek. Device is going to get a look around. Allu's looking the other way. GetRight's about to jump and peek, but he gets caught out, and that's going to be quickly caught in the back, and that is TSM picking up the round. That was just pistols for TSM. That is a vital round for them, and a very tricky situation for NiP because it's left them in a bit of a shoddy buy situation.
Yeah, and they're actually going to go for the buy as well. Normally, when you force buy, you want to do it because you can mess with the economy of the opposing team, but seeing how TSM picked up an eco round with no investment, that's going to leave them in a pretty okay state regardless. But NiP, they just want to put the pressure on. And I guess that goes very well with what we've seen them do previously in this best of three already.
Forest going for the stack there. They've boosted up. I think it's allu that's boosted possibly. Well, GetRight was the lead man, but that's been changed around. Grenades getting thrown out. They're continuing to check out that sandbags. And that's a spot that NiP used almost every single round, but we haven't seen TSM go in there yet. They haven't got the economy to get those deep smokes either to force NiP back just yet, because this is their first big round. Friberg continues to cause himself a nuisance over on A side, while GetRight does the same on B, but they're yet to find an angle because TSM are doing very good at hiding around the corners. Yeah,
and they're doing a good job of just using their nades at the right times as well. Even with the Molotov going down, TSM still have one more smoke to use for that B entrance. So it's going to be really hard, and it's not going to be a lot of time left for NiP to do anything towards B. That's where they want to go. But it looks like they've changed their mind a bit. So we have 3 people pushing up towards middle here. You can see GetRight rotating over. Seems like it's going to be the A middle from NiP.
But it's a triple hole from TSM on A side. dupreeh just dodging in and around pit, and Forest will find him, but cajunb is still back there. I'm not too sure if they realize they haven't cleared it out. They do now, but the damage is being done. Device gets himself another, but is it going to be enough? cajunb goes for the reload. Allu manages to find him. Just 5 health remains, and he gets the plant down. Xyp9x coming, bursting around the corner, and karrigan joining him. karrigan with the P90 spray gets him down, and the defuse will come. It's 10-9, this game going the distance.
It really is, and so even though NiP do get the bomb plant, I don't see them buying up in this round. That would be Madison. As you can see, they're all around 3K, so this is probably going to be an eco. Maybe they buy a couple of pistols and see what they can do to damage TSM's economy right about now, but yeah, definitely not expecting to buy. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, light Kevlar and a couple of Tech 9s here on NiP. This should be a fairly easy round for TSM, but we've seen stranger things happen.
We've seen some very strange things happen. Namely, NiP just bursting through everybody. Let's see how it works out. cajunb has actually gone fairly deep on this one, and I think he might try and catch NiP off guard, but allu got a little glimpse. Did he see him? Forest checks. It doesn't matter. Now they know. But he is a caged animal right now as allu tries to force him out. He picks around the side, but Xizt will find him. dupreeh trying the cover fire, but it wasn't to be. But now it gives the position away. All of NiP stacked up in those apartments, and TSM trying to close that net around them. Friberg just catching a glimpse of Banana, making sure that karrigan hadn't gone too aggressive around the back of him, and it's partially forced NiP to back off a little and slow the pace down, even though they have got these Tech 9s.
Garrett manages to get his hands onto cajun's Colt as well, so that gives him a bit more firing power right now. And Device is holding mid alone, so he could easily get overpowered here, especially with that Molotov.
Oh, he gets burnt out. Get Right does manage to land that shot. It was Xizt that went down, but it's a 3-on-3 still, so entirely doable by NiP here. allu gets that little glimpse towards Archway, and we do see it's Xyp9x again, that little peek around library. Caught a glimpse of him, knows that it's there. Now dupreeh is well aware that he's going to get caught out in pit, but that was a great little second check from Xyp9x. dupreeh not to be cleared out. Xyp9x with the support. Fantastic defensive setup in the end from TSM.
Yeah, really well handled, and it could have gotten really scary there. Once NiP managed to get a hold on 2 Colts, I'm actually kind of surprised that they split up like they did, instead of just going as a 3-man group towards the quad side.
So all square. NiP, such a valiant performance so far throughout this tournament. Maybe the last hurrah, who knows what will happen in the coming weeks. But at the moment, TSM starting to return to form, starting to return to the glory that they've started to pick up the last couple of months, and hoping that they can reach this final spot. Or will NiP do the unthinkable and put their last hurrah into that final? Who knows? Best of 5. Anything could happen right now, but TSM using a lot of smoke here. A lot of mollies coming out from NiP as well, so a lot of grenades, a lot of firepower exchange, but nothing yet to connect.
Not much happening right now, and still smoke's in the hands of TSM players towards B, and that's going to be so tough for NiP to actually be able to bait out enough nades from the TSM side, because they really seem to be wanting to go towards the B bomb side, similar to what TSM did. But if they can't bait out the smokes, it's going to be really tough to actually get in there. You can see karrigan still having a smoke in his hand.
And there it is, 39 seconds on the clock. Forest has to be the man that completely pulls this apart. He's got to get around the side. Xyp9x actually on the rotate, coming around Speedway. Forest is going to get a little glimpse of him. Oh, that was such close timing. karrigan does get right as they pushed on through, but now the B-bomb site has been cleared out and they've smoked themselves out of it. So plant will come down, allu will get that in. Xyp9x now in a 4-on-3 position. They're actually just pushed on through. Very aggressive stuff from TSM here. I don't think NiP have quite got their defensive setup. Does get spotted. Friberg gets tagged up heavily. Doesn't manage to land the shot. And surely that gives TSM the sight, because Xizt and allu are completely the other side. So now it's going to be 4 members of TSM swarming on in there. They're going to try and line up with the shots, but not one of them lands. And TSM take the site with ease.
Very surprised to see NiP actually committing with 2 people outside of the B bomb site. Sure, one guy there to kind of just be a distraction for the better part of a retake, that I can completely understand. Putting Friberg alone to pretty much defend the entire B bomb site, that's a bit more risky, or too risky for my opinion.
Maybe just keep the one in new box. It's almost the safest option always, really, but you never know what goes through their minds. TSM now in the lead, and it is potentially a healthy lead, because as we see NiP back on the Tech 9s, and the speed and power and the aggression that we've been seeing from NiP throughout this first map and the second map has been lacking, and Inferno is one of the maps that will do that. It will sap it out of you, it will slow things down, and Device not being caught out by the games of Get Right, but Friberg will quickly catch him out there. He can only catch them or fool them once. cajunb is going to be in allu's face there, point blank range, couldn't miss that one. And now, of course, the rest of the team come looking. Friberg gets himself one, does get taken down, and TSM, cajunb will absolutely get the spray down. 12-10, NiP starting to force everything.
Yeah, up on allu now as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. If TSM continue to play with this aggressive style towards Banana, where they smoke off the bottom, I can definitely see allu potentially getting a pick if they're early to do the boost there, but he seems like he has other plans right now. Going up second mid here.
dupreeh was actually about to join him. Xizt has gone very aggressive here. I think he knows that karrigan's in the corner. That molly will catch him. They're going to keep the shots rattling out. They've forced him out. They do manage to get the catch on towards karrigan, but it's quickly answered by Device. Meanwhile, down in mid, Xyp9x and dupreeh have managed to rotate in towards B site, so Xizt and Friberg not going to be able to get in there just yet. allu's still holding with that AWP, unable to find anyone, because that is the big issue of Inferno. There is a lot of smoke, and those AWPs sometimes are not that useful.
Yeah, that's definitely an issue, and that's kind of why I expected them to pick it up to kind of counter the aggression in Banana from TSM. Instead, it's just kind of been roaming around and not really doing all that much. Well, TSM are giving NiP a lot of space to work with here, though, and if the rotation between B here, which is Sipnix, goes down, then that could spell really big trouble for TSM.
Did he catch Friberg as he passed on by? cajunb's down in pit, device on site, he's going to get found. And now Sipnix, they have to clear out cajunb because he's a real nuisance. Xizt gets him down, but now he's in a 1-on-2. Big tag on towards Sipnix there, but he still manages to get the shot. A great couple of kills from Sipnix and cajunb once again to carry TSM heavily into the lead.
Sipnix can thank his lucky stars that the 3-pole was in the way right there, otherwise he's dead. And right now it's that small of a margin that it's actually you know, working in the way of TSM right now. And well, NiP force buying, even without the bomb plant, they're kind of committing everything they have into this right now, and they have the money loss bonus going in their favor. And well, they're starting to get to the point where they have to pick up rounds, and you can see TSM pushing so aggressively with no smokes.
Well, karrigan's going all the way down bottom mid, but he does get caught out by allu. Maybe a little too aggressive. Device is also pushed down with the AWP through the smoke, and he quickly backtracks. Wasn't able to get caught out by NiP though, but that's forced Sipnix to back up over to B, and that's going to give the numbers advantage to NiP over on A side. But cajunb has been an absolute solid rock down and around pit. With dupreeh backing him up, do not rule them out just yet, as NiP are really starting to be up against here. I feel if TSM can get 14, it's almost an insurmountable challenge for NiP. It's going to be dupreeh getting around, gets one, gets two, and gets out alive. And that is a real problem. NiP, they had the numbers advantage, but they've just been caught napping there, completely caught out in the back. And now Sipnix with the rotation is given the advantage very much into the hands of TSM. They have the angles, they have the positions, and they simply need to pick off NiP as they make this push. dupreeh gets caught out by the nade, but Sipnix is still alive. cajunb and Sipnix have been an absolute solid rock in defense, but Gerai will get one. Sipnix on site will catch out onto another, but Gerai gets taken down. Sipnix once again, the birthday boy, is performing for TSM. A lot of questions were put on his position going into Cologne, but he has delivered once again for TSM.
Yeah, and he's been instrumental. Every time he's rotated over towards that A bomb side, he's been crucial to shutting down either the guy flanking around from arch area for NiP, or just coming in with really timely kills that's saving, you know, one of the last defenders on TSM, in either in pit or on site. He's been doing a massive job so far.
Last roll of the dice for NiP. Tech9s, they have to try and force something, but their speed play has been lacking. They can't manage to get the rushes, the smokes through, and cajunb, the confidence started to show now for TSM. They're starting to make more and more plays. Device not able to land the shot, but will get out untouched and lays down the smoke to cover his retreat, but it's NiP. They're going to push on through. karrigan, he's got himself tucked up in porch. And NiP realize this is too risky a situation. Their semi-finals, their careers all on the line here, but karrigan on porch, untouched, unpressured, will get himself a double. Device pops around the side. It's beautiful for TSM. They take it to match point.
Match point it is, and well, double ups coming up on the T side for NiP, and that's definitely not something you don't see every day. A lot of nades to work with, but as of right now, NiP have had plenty of positions where they've been in a favorable situation, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it because TSM have been doing such a good job with, you know, a man down or something to that effect, and still gotten out ahead. So this is very worrisome for NiP.
Is this it? Is this the last we see of the current NiP? I wonder, as TSM look to put the sword and the boot down, as it was a very close first half. 8-7 was the score. It was NiP that had the lead, but they've only picked up 2 rounds on the T side so far, and TSM somewhat maybe questionable. I don't know. CT side, they certainly questioned it themselves, but they have been magnificent so far, and they have covered everything that they needed to. cajunb and Sipnix especially, that duo has worked wonders, and Device, he's landing the shots. Everything is going TSM's way. Just 2 men remain for Ninjas in Pajamas. It's Xizt and Friberg. Xizt gets in, gets one, but it's quickly caught out. And Friberg, the other side of the map, miles away, will get taken down. It's Team Solo Mid, ladies and gentlemen, that will go through to the finals here in Dubai.